chilling in a Roblox game, touching grass for the first time in 2 years, when I decided to make a video on everything you need to know to be a pro in Roblox Rivals. About every 2 days in the lobby, there's a new code for 3 free keys. In a private lobby, you can turn on out of bounds and go out of the map just like this. In Dimension, you can glitch into this big floating platform with the warp stone, and if you fire through the ground right here with your Molotov, it does nothing, it just goes right through. In Construction, you get onto the crane. On top of the crane, it says Nico is here. You can get onto the blimp, and at the top of the crane, you can find a jump shard. If you get 10 jump shards from around different maps, you can create a jump pad, and with a jump pad, you can block yourself inside of this little nook in the sand map. In the lobby, you can beg Sensei for a free rap, and this is what it looks like in-game. In Construction, you can warp through this forward walkway. You can also use your spear to go under the map like this. In a village, you cannot freeze the fire, but you can put it out with your smoke grenade. If you have a flamethrower, you can push the smoke grenade, and you can also get onto this little island with a snowman. If you go into your free cam and shoot your rocket, it'll become glitched and shoot the other direction. In West Town, if you shoot the TNT, it'll explode, and if you want to get to the top of this mountain, you can just climb up it. You can freeze glass windows in the station. If you freeze targets in the shooting range, they'll disappear, and you can also freeze yourself. Nearing the end of a gun game, you'll unlock the glass cannon, and then for your last weapon in the gun game, you'll unlock the glass shard knife. In the chest map, you can go on top of these floating chest pieces, and in the bridge map, you can go on the bridge and support beams. And from here, you can go out of bounds to this grassy field outside of the map. In the factory map, if you place one warp right there and then one on the ground, you can warp inside of the wall. And Splash, you can push yourself outside of the map using your 12 blocks, and then you can also dash out of it with your sight. In the graveyard map, there's a hole in the ground, and if you go into it, you can use your travel blocks and stay under the map. Most utilities and even flashbangs will do 1 damage when they hit an opponent. In the battleground map, you can warp into the structure just like this. In the museum map, you can find this shredded painting, which is in reference to the shredded painting of real life. In Station, if you go all the way to the top of this mountain, you'll find that these trees are actually 2D images. In the big station map, you'll find that there are trains going to 4 different locations, one of which is currently an active map, and the other 3 might be future maps for future updates. If you left click on your grenade launcher, it'll simply shoot, but if you right click, it'll bounce. You can turn on player versus player in the shooting range, and in the lobby, if you go over here, you can find this picture of the cat. You can still go through a window and get outside of the lobby. If you're playing an arena and using the sight, you should always dash a bit below the top of the pillar, so you don't peek out first and have the extra boost of going up. If you inspect the distortion, you can take out the floating rock in the middle, and you can use a grapple to drag your opponent towards you with a nice backstab. In the Onyx map, you can get out of these rocks that are in the lava. There's also a drowning character in the lava. If you place a warp on one of these super tall pillars and then another down here, and then you go through and safe dash to the top, you can go on top of these pillars. In the shop, you can get a new free item every single day just like this. You can now use almost any locked weapon if you just watch a few ads. You can still use your travel blocks to warp out of the shooting range. You can just walk up a ladder like this, which is kind of slow. You can also jump while doing it, which is a bit quicker. Or you can just go over to this cone and jump to the top of the building just like that. If you shoot one of your warpers into the trees just like that, then you can glitch inside. You can just use one of your spears over the edge like this, and it'll lead to a perfect hiding spot in a game. In a private server, you can play on a complete Roblox base plate. For Randall's rank, there's a new art skin that's only given to the top 200 players, and it's an Arch Uzi. The back rooms map is actually just made up of a box inside of a box inside of a bigger box. In the big crossroads map, you can glitch into the ceiling basically anywhere. There are so many different spots. If you shoot 10 of these weird looking targets in the shooting range, you can open up the secret door, but I'm not really interested in the door or what you can do with the door, which is playing this Nasty on. What I'm interested in is finding all the glitches with it. So if you use one of your portals on the back side of the door, it'll fall into the floor, and then you can warp under the shooting range just like that. And up here you can shoot into the map bit and then warp into the map just like that. And over here you should know that it says Rivals Wood on top of this hill. If you put 0 behind your name, you'll get 3 hacks in red circle. In Arena, you can warp out of the map like this, and you can also warp into this big ramp. In Battleground, you can warp onto this building, and if you go over here and place a warper like this under the sight dash into it, you can warp inside of the building. In the Crossroads map, you can chainsaw warp into these stairs right here, and you can also place a trip line and swing it with your slingshot. If you place a spear in your trip line, it'll disappear. In the big splash map, you can use your warper to get inside of this. In a village, you can glitch inside one of these trees. You can cut your reload time in half just by switching off and back on your weapon or using your quick heal. Every season, you can grind your 10 skin tickets and then buy a skin case, or you can just comment your username down below and subscribe and have a chance to win one from me. You can get the spear for free in the Season 3 pass, which next season will cost over 300 keys. If you inspect your warp stone 50 times, it will invert your game's colors. In a certain game mode, you can make there be a round draw, and also you can be killed by a chicken guard. You can make yourself have 3,000 hit points, and in the Spleef game mode, you can be killed by a shark. If you spend enough Robux in this shop, then you can unlock this individual fist skin. You can make one smoke grenade as big as a whole map. If you press B, you can go into third-person view, and if you press it again, you can unlock your cruiser and shoot people that are actually behind you without even looking at them. You can also turn your knife into a sight in the standoff game mode. You can get to other rivals' maps from your own. In the shooting range, your Molotov will stick to the target dummies. In the docks map, if you place your spears just like that, then you can warp into this little building, and you can shoot out of it, but nobody can shoot you. In the museum map, if you use your grappler, you can come over here like this, and then you get on top of the map, and you can actually shoot down through these little glass windows and damage your opponents. In village, you can glitch under these stairs and then into the building's floor. In graveyard, you can glitch under all this wood, and this torch right here is the same as a torch skin for the Molotov. The sniper can shoot through an infinite number of players, and you can knife backstab through a wall. You just always use your quick utility to grenade jump because it'll give you more time with your guns active. You can completely slide along a wall if you press space. If you watch a few video ads, you can unlock the brimstone route for free. If you're falling off a map, you can use your grappler to pull yourself back up. The dimension map is actually just a shattered house, and there are pictures of baby Dawson all over it. In docks, you can use your spear to hide under this stone. You can stand on top of the cranes in the docks map. You should always keep your field of view between 90 and 100. You should always turn off muzzle flashes, and you should hide the red hit outline. If you go and talk to this character in the lobby, you can see the list of everyone that has made a real in-game skin. If you equip the instability finisher and kill your partner with your knife, you should go flying into the air like this. In docks, you can use your warp stone to glitch inside of this crate. In the big graveyard map, you can use your warper to glitch inside of the ceiling. In the battlegrounds map, if you place one warper in this corner and then one right here, and then place your travel blocks, you should be able to go outside of the map like this. If you place a warper in this corner, you'll glitch into this wall. If you scroll fully down through and update patch notes and go to this free reward, you can claim 5 free keys. In the Rivals RG game mode, you can get the owner-only scepter. Like and subscribe if you're cool, and comment your username for a chance to win a free skin case.